Morning. I guess it's afternoon. It's almost 1 p.m. It's June the 15th. So first off, happy birthday to my husband because he turns 40 today. Although I thought it was yesterday all week, so there's that. Also, happy Father's Day to all the dads out there. My dad passed away when in 2019, so I always wish him a happy Father's Day in heaven. So miss him greatly. But I do have a really great father-in-law, and my brother is a fantastic dad to his little boy. So it's awesome to see that. So to all the dads out there, happy Father's Day. Keep being amazing. I just wanted to update everybody and let you know how it's going. We went to the gym this morning. I have the crazy hair and like the workout clothes on. We went to the gym today. I've started kind of reconditioning. For those of you that are just catching up, I was on an excessive amount of labetalol to keep my blood pressure low. I have been for years and years. I've had high blood pressure for the last 20 years. And I was on a different medication, but it was still a beta blocker. I switched to labetalol because we were trying to get pregnant, go back, 8, 10 years. And I was on an excessive amount. It was a lot. So when I would work out, and this all makes sense now, it didn't at the time, but it does now. When I would work out, I would be working on my muscles. I'd be building my muscles, building my muscles. My body would be like, I need more oxygen. I need more blood flow. And my heart was like, no, no, oh no, we can't do that. We can't go above 120. So my heart rate was at 120, 123, I think at the very most. And that was pretty much it. So my body was actually trying to build muscle that it wasn't able to build, and thus I was actually getting weaker because I was just tearing my muscles down. So fast forward, I did a 5 to 6 weeks transition on a new medication called lisinopril. It's an ACE inhibitor as opposed to a beta blocker. So it seemed to work really well. It does have the water pill in it, so I do pee a lot. But I've started doing that, and I was back to the gym for the first time in a while. My schedule last week was rough. I haven't been to the gym in about 2 weeks, so it was kind of a rough period for me schedule-wise, and medication-wise. And there were a couple of days I meant to go, and I just was not feeling well. One day I had a migraine. I don't get migraines very often, but it was a lot. It was a lot. And I opted out at the gym that day. I also took a day where I was going to go to the gym, and instead I went on a walk. I think I posted about it earlier. I went on a walk with a nature preserve. It was 28 minutes for 1.1 miles. So that's awesome for me. New PR, which is great. Yay! Happy hands. So I was excited about that. I'm excited to be moving forward. So I started at the gym today doing some exercises that I'm very used to that are in my plan with my trainer. I go to Anytime Fitness, and I have a great trainer. I had a great trainer before. Her name was Liberty. She has since moved on to different things. And now I have Erica. Erica and I are just getting started working on some things. But I have a great foundation, which is awesome. I've been working towards building up my upper body strength and reconditioning my muscles to continue to build muscle. So I kind of went backwards a little bit in my weights today just to make sure that I could handle things because my body is functioning differently now. I'm fully onto the lisinopril and have been for a few weeks now, and everything seems to be working swimmingly. I actually sweat, like literally sweat a lot. Before, my eyebrows would get sweaty and my top lip might get a little sweaty, but I would never actually produce a bead of sweat. It was so bizarre. But my body wouldn't allow myself to do that because my heart rate wouldn't get that high. So the highest heart rate I had in the transition was 159, and I felt miserable. I felt like I was going to throw up. I just felt terrible. But I was still in the transition of medication. So post that transition, my heart rate's not been that high. I think I had 150 at one point, but I'm working to try and maintain the 140s at my higher levels. But everything's going well, and I can't ask for anything better at this point. The transition was exactly, I think, what my body needed. Also, while we're on it, so I don't have to make another video because, there's that. And you'll be like, why 2 videos in the same day? And I'll be like, because I keep forgetting. It'd just be terrible. I actually started taking tirzepatide at the behest of my Cleveland Clinic folks. So I technically qualify for insurance to pay for it, but my insurance sucks, so they don't pay for it. So I have obstructive sleep apnea, or OSA, and I also have a BMI of greater than 30. My BMI, I think, is like 55, give or take a little. It was 59 before the surgery, so obviously it's come down a little bit, so I'm happy with that. I can't complain. We're working on it. I haven't seen a lot of weight loss since my surgery. And my year of surgery was actually yesterday. So I have had surgery. I had surgery a year ago yesterday. I talked to some of my doctors. We were talking about you could go back and do a revision and just do the complete bypass, and I could do that. But then I would have to wait another 18 months to attempt to get pregnant, and I don't know that I want to do that. I feel like it would really age me out. I would be pushing 42 by the time we had our first child, and I don't want to do that. So I'm going to work with what I have. Of course, insurance didn't cover my tirzepatide, or as most people know it, Zepbound. My primary care actually prescribed me Zepbound, and of course, insurance instantly denied it, would not allow them to do a prior authorization, and instantly denied my appeal. But they did send me paperwork saying that they officially denied my appeal. Blah, 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 whatever. And here's what I'm here to say about that. Insurance companies are a freaking racket. If someone who's had a gastric sleeve is following all of the games, all of the things that you have to do, drinking all the water, eating all the protein, doing all the exercise, and still not losing weight, and has other associated health factors, high blood pressure, obstructive sleep apnea, I have PCOS, I also have hidradenitis suppurativa, which are all impacted by my weight, and here we are. And they still want to approve the medication? That's bullshit. That's all I'm saying about it. It's a total racket, and it's crap. But I did a lot of research. I spent a couple of weeks looking at things, trying to figure out, not making any harsh decisions, trying to figure out how can I afford to get this medication. So if you go through GoodRx, and 1 month of the prescription of the Zepbound is about $1,300. And I think it's the auto injector kind, which I don't care. I can draw out my own meds. I don't care. And I was like, I can't do that. I can't do $1,300 a month. Like, I mean, that's almost one of my paychecks in a month. And that's insane to me. So how can I make it work? There are a lot of other places that offer it, like Hers, Row.co, all of those other online places, but they typically require a fee. So you pay a monthly fee. Then you pay like a visit fee, because you have to get, you have to do an actual visit with a professional, with a medical professional, which are not weight loss specialists, by the way. They are just general doctors, which is fine if you're, just really trying to figure out your avenues. But I have a weight loss team that specializes in surgical weight loss, post-surgical weight loss, and medicated assisted weight loss. And they can't even get this prescription for me, which is stupid. I mean, it's not their fault. Just, again, insurance is a racket. So I didn't really want to go through having another provider. So I found a place online. It's a compounding pharmacy called Nexa Vitality, Nexa, Nexa Vitality. It's out of New Jersey. They were able to ship my medications. I was able to get a 3-month supply. The first 3 months, I call it a starter kit. So I got the 2.5 milligram dose for a month, the 5 milligram dose for a month, and the 7.5 milligram dose for a month. So 3 months of medication, and it cost me about $600, which is fantastic, by the way. So you draw your own up, you give you injections once a week. I have gone through all of my 2.5 milligrams. I just took my 5 milligram dose on Thursday. It was actually Friday morning, I guess. And I haven't noticed very many side effects. I did have some nausea on Saturday post lunch, which was weird for me, but it passed fairly quickly, and I was able to continue about my day. It was just uncomfortable for, about a half an hour. But I have heard from people that take it that once you up the dose, you typically will get those side effects a little bit. So I'm not sure where we're going to go with that, but I'm sure that as I get used to it, things will be a little different. But I have noticed that even on the 2.5 milligram dose, my weight did start to drop again. Before the tirzepatide, I was stuck between 295, which was not standard. Like, that was like a really good week for me or whatever. All the way up to 305. And that's kind of where I've been for the past 6 or 8 months, really. It's really been about 6 months where I've been stuck in that plateau, if you will. My body is just refusing to give up the weight. It's hard for me to lose weight because of PCOS, even though I'm calorie counting, I'm counting my protein, and I'm drinking my water, all those things. And I have been this whole entire time. So it's exceedingly frustrating, and it pulls me down mentally, because I'm not seeing the results that I know that I should see, and I'm doing it. I'm doing the work. So it's exceedingly frustrating for me. So if you're in my same boat, please don't lose hope. Please, please, please don't lose hope. Don't go back to the old habits. It's not worth it. Talk to your team. And I feel like as time goes on, the tirzepatides, the Ozempics, the Wegovy's, that will all become something better. Insurances will start to cover it because, for instance, I know that Medicare is actually covering it right now. I actually got that from one of my doctor's teams. They just started covering it for obstructive sleep apnea, patients with high BMI and obstructive sleep apnea. They're covering it. The insurance companies will eventually give in and say, oh, well, if Medicare's covering it, then obviously we should cover it too, because that's just how it works. So I'm drinking my coffee from Scooters, my sugar-free Carmelicious. It's delicious. So I started taking the tirzepatide. I have noticed some weight loss down into even 293, I think, was where I was. So it's slow. But again, my body's getting used to this stuff, and I haven't noticed any ill side effects except that one bout of nausea when I upped the dose, and some bruising around the injection site, which I have limited injection sites because I have a hiatal, or I have a umbilical hernia repair on my left side of my belly. So I only have so much room to inject. But so far things are working, and I'm pleasantly surprised by that. So I'm just going to keep it on. The weather's nice, so it makes me happier. So it makes me more readily available to go to the gym. It makes me feel like, okay, I can do this. I can do this thing, or I can go for a walk, or I can whatever. Also, apparently I need a nap. But it makes me feel, with the weather being nicer out, it makes me feel like I can get out and do things a little more. And going to the gym now versus before I did the medication change with my blood pressure medicine, now I feel good after I go to the gym. I feel like, okay, I accomplished something. I feel positive about it. Before the medication, I felt like crap. I felt like I could barely walk to the car, no matter what I did. It didn't matter if I did legs that day or not. I couldn't. Like, my body hurt for hours afterwards, and I couldn't figure out why, but obviously it needed to calm itself down and get to the normal oxygen demand that it was allowed to do, because it couldn't do anything more than that. So talk with your team, talk with your primary care. If you don't have a bariatric team, or if you're not going the surgical route, you want to go the medicated route, reach out, get all the information you can, research, and figure out what's best for you. This path does not have to be exceedingly difficult. You just have to put in the work. You have to dedicate yourself to the life changes. And it's hard. I'm not going to sit there and tell you that, it wasn't hard to not drink pop for whatever, because I was a pop fiend. And if I told you I've never drank pop after surgery, that'd be a lie. But I don't drink it regularly, not even at all. I'm very hard on my water. I love water. I flavor pack everything because regular water's boring. But I flavor pack everything. I found a flavor pack from Walmart, and I hate Walmart. But it's the raspberry black tea. It's delightful. It's a little sweet, but it's really, really good and refreshing. So that's my go-to. We buy them by the little squeeze bottles. We buy 10 of them at a time because I go through them so quickly. The other day I was pleasantly surprised. I was on my 4th 32-ounce container of water. I've never drank that much, even pre-surgery, post-surgery. That's the most I've ever drank. I think I've had 2.5 before. So I don't know. I don't math. 75 ounces. And the goal for me is 64 ounces a day, 64 ounces of water a day. So I have a 32-ounce jug. Boo. My video totally cut out. So stick with the program, stick with it. If you're considering bariatric surgery, or you're like, I just really want to lose a little bit of weight, talk to your doctor, talk to your professional team, get a dietitian. I love my dietitian. He's fantastic. Super, super, super supportive. We talk about everything from, the exercise that I do, the calcium and the nutrients and the supplements that I intake, my vitamins, my water intake, everything, food recipes, all that stuff. And if you're like me and you went to the Cleveland Clinic, there are these support groups. Do them. Do the support groups. Do them. They will be helpful. And I know it's weird and it's kind of embarrassing to be in the support groups. You're like, I don't know, I've never done this before. I was really nervous. But you can literally just pop on. You don't have to say a word. You can just listen. You don't have to type anything. You don't have to have your camera on. You just pop on. They put your name down that you were there, and that's it. That is it. They have specialized conversations. They have 2 of them a month. One of them is an open forum where everybody just gets together and they can talk. They can answer questions. There's staff on there. So they really care, and they really try and give you as much support as you need, but you have to be able to take advantage of it too. You can't sit back, not take advantage, and then wonder why you might not be, succeeding. All the support helps. And if you don't have a support person in your life at home, or a friend or whatever, don't be afraid to get on these chat groups, on these online sessions, or find other people on Facebook that are like you, that can be your support. Having support is absolutely instrumental. If my husband weren't so supportive, it would be really, really hard. but he's supportive. He's lost about 30 pounds, and we do a lot of things together. We went to the gym together today. Sunday is like our gym, or it's like our gym day where we go together every day, every Sunday. So it's nice. You have to have that support somewhere. So don't be afraid to reach out and find it. If you need support, I'll be your support. You just hit me up on the YouTube, hit me up on Facebook, whatever you need, because you are not alone. You're not going through it alone, not alone. So whatever's going on, just nose to the grindstone. Get it done. Get it done. Have a happy Father's Day, and a great start to June. Bye, guys.